Porsha and friends, they got that vibe. Electric smiles keep the whole crew alive. Harmonies waving like stars in the sky. Porsha and friends, love will never die.
So this interview me and the gay dating coach, which I actually did last weekend after our video call. I'm going to play part of it and I'll interrupt it when I want to say something. Okay.
And I'm going to go to Jay, Porsha, and this person. Whoever answers, we'll let them come on. Let's see. Yeah, y'all going to be hitting Sherman up, I'm sure. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
I'm loving this hair over here.
Thank you.
Do me a favor, turn your volume down just a tad bit because there's a little bit of an echo.
Oh, okay.
And is your name Porsha?
Well, I mean, this technology trying to do it all over. Yeah, I mean, it's impromptu.
It's hard doing this when you're trying to do it on the fly.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll continue the video.
And down, and I think you gotta put it on focus mode. You see, I know iPhone language. I know how to work an iPhone. There you go. We got you. I guess we'll make sure you set up so nobody interrupts your interview, all right?
Okay.
Okay, Porsha, where do you live?
I live in Brooklyn, New York. Oh.
I'm representing Brooklyn for you. Okay. Now, Porsha, are you a shooter?
Yeah, I'm a shooter.
What is a shooter? Tell the people what a shooter is, Porsha.
I mean, I watched the broadcast several times.
Okay, so you're a great friend to the show then. Okay. Now, are you single?
Yes, I'm single.
How single are you, Porsha?
I'm very single.
Like,
I'm looking for someone.
You're looking for somebody. Okay. We're going to make it happen for you, all right? So you're in New York. How old are you?
I'm 45.
45. How tall are you and about how much do you weigh, Porsha?
I'm 6'1", 1. Okay. You know, I told him I was 45, which is a lie. And I told him 50 on the cancer show. And so the people read me in the comments for that. Yeah, I should have been honest.
I mean, I get it. I mean, yes, you should be honest, but you know how? I mean, I did read some of the comments, and I mean, people, were saying, "Oh, you're not that age," or this and that. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Because you'd be surprised how quick people are to judge you based on your age.
I know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I tell people all the time, I am an ageist. But I can just say we're getting older, and you tell somebody who's like, say, 35 your age, shoot, they look at you old. Or even if they're 30 and you tell them,
especially the gay community.
Oh yes,
the gay community is very judgmental.
Oh no, it is. Well, I mean, I don't want to say obsessed, but the gay community has I don't even want to say obsessed, but I guess that's the only word you can say, has an obsession with youth.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, they would, please don't you hit over 40. You're old then.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh. I remember somebody told me, I mean, they were in their 20s and they were like, oh, you're close to my dad's age. I was like, well, damn.
Wow. Okay, so let's continue.
6'1", 185. Okay. What's your zodiac sign?
Aries.
In the house. Okay. And tell us, what pronouns do you use?
She, her.
She, her. And are you part of the trans experience?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I guess want to make sure we're on the same page. Okay. And who are you looking to date? Like, what type of person? What type of body are they coming in tonight? Okay.
I'm looking to date either a DL bisexual man or a DL gay man.
How do you define DL, Porsha?
I'm saying down low, you know. So I'm looking for a bisexual man or a gay male.
But you want them to be on the down low.
Yeah, I want it to be very masculine.
You want them to be masculine. So I need to be clear, because when I hear down low, and probably the people who are watching, we hear down low, that means they are not open and publicly about their attraction to certain types of people. Is that what?
And I thought, I got read for doing this in the Kendra G show. So that's why I said a DL bisexual guy or a DL gay
I think
guy.
you need to stop saying DL.
Okay.
Because
the only reason I say DL is because of the Kendra show. She said, "Oh, you want a DL man?"
yeah, but to me, you're looking for a masculine, bisexual, or gay male. That's how I see it.
Okay.
Because to me, you say DL. Well, to me, well then, if you were in a relationship with someone that's DL, they're not going to go out in public with you. You guys are only going to be indoors with you. I mean, you would at least want a guy that's, I mean, if you want, because I know the whole thing where people will, when the title of Kendra's video saying you were looking for a straight male. To me, you're not looking for a straight male. I guess the term would be you're looking for a more straight acting, bisexual, gay man. Because again, there's still that stigma on the gay community. A lot of people think the gay community is flamboyant and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, you got red for filth in this too?
I mean, no, I want them to be out the public with me.
Okay, so you want to be able to go to movies, get some dinner, lunch. You want to meet the family. You want to go to church with you, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
That ain't DL. That is not DL.
Exactly.
Not DL.
Okay.
It's not. It's not. It's not. I promise you, it's not DL. What do you think DL means, Porsha?
The down low.
But what does that mean? Like, what does that mean?
I mean, they're not, being out in public. They're not, they're not displaying things. They wouldn't hold the hands with me going down the street.
Do you want that?
Yeah, they want that.
You want that?
Yeah, I want that.
Confused, Porsha. I'm confused. So
I think I was confused there too.
You just want
I don't want
sex
to
or you want a
download.
husband? Huh?
I want a husband.
But you want him to be DL.
No, I don't want the DL. I'm bisexual or gay man.
Okay. Am I missing something, people? Maybe I'm missing something. So, and maybe you want both. If you want both, that's okay. That's what I want to know. Do you want a DL man or do you want an out man?
An out man.
You want an out man, but you might want a DL man just to have sex with.
I mean, possibly.
I got you now. Okay, I got your vibe now. Okay. So you might want a DL if y'all just smash it, but if you want to go on a date, get a husband, you want him to be out.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess, it took me a while to figure it out. I'm there with you. I got you now. Okay. Sometimes I got to take it a little slow so I can make sure I understand. You got me right together. Thank you.
The reason why I say that is because I went on the Kendra G show and I was saying I wanted a straight male, and they read me in the comments.
Why? You're trans. What's wrong with you wanting a straight guy?
Well, they, I don't know, they somehow felt, that I was trying to co-opt this straight men, and they were livid over that. So, you know,
Listen, if you're a trans woman, and this is the thing, there's this thing called the Houston DL list, and it's about like these men who are attracted, I believe, to trans women, and then people are outing them as if it's like they're weaponizing them to being attracted to trans women, and these are trans people doing it. I feel like if you're a trans woman, you want a man to be attracted to you, like you a woman, right? You want them to want you. I don't. It shouldn't be a dig or like a weapon or shade. Like, you're feminine looking, they want feminine energy. Like, that's what they want. Yeah,
okay.
I think it's fine. But I I I like Kendra's show. I think the audience, I'll say the audience, the audience, not Kendra, the audience is anti-gay, and they're also anti-trans. They might say they got a gay friend or Judy or whatever, but them women there are anti-gay men. They are. And anti-trans. So that's probably why you got shade thrown at you.
So I said, let me come on your show because I didn't get much luck from the other show.
I don't understand why trans or gay men go on that show, because all they do is read you off for filth and say you're a waste of a person or a man, because they're looking for men who want them. And then you have gay men and trans people coming on, and they feel like it's competition. So it boggles my mind, but people do what they do.
I agree with that. Everything he said there, I agree with that.
And I understand what he's saying, but I know everybody doesn't like to, do everything by what society says. But I mean, I'm like, come on. We live in a society and we know how society is. I'm not going to say you have to, run your life by what society says. That okay, to the way he's saying it is that, okay, you have straight men. Well, see, again, I'm saying straight men attracted to trans women. Okay, because you're presenting yourself to the world as a female, and I'm not taking that away from you. But knowing how society is, they're looking at that man as, well, are you? I get, okay, you see this trans woman, you like her feminine energy, you like the vibe that you're getting, but you see, again, it just seems like they're always going to bring the biology into it. That used to be a he, and now I mean, see, with me, you know what I say. I mean, whatever makes
you say live and let live.
Yeah, no, because I just don't get it. I mean, now, to his point about Kendra's show, and again, I never watched her show other than the video you showed, but yeah, they were coming off very anti, trans and gay.
Yeah, very anti.
And I don't know. That's why I said it's the wording, because people are gonna, like he said, read you for filth. Where
they do.
To me, you are looking for a straight acting man that happens to be either gay or bisexual.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. And the reason why I say straight acting, because there's still this, thing with the gay community of, being feminine and stuff. I mean, I don't want to call the host feminine, but you can tell he has a little sass to him.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. And again, nothing wrong with that. I mean, plenty of the guys that I date or mess with are, again, it's oh my god, like I said, that conversation of masculinity needs to be talked about, because I mean, it's almost like men can only be one way and that's it. Anything else is like they're questioning your masculinity just because your voice isn't deep like theirs, or I don't get it.
Okay, let's continue with the video.
Okay.
Welcome to a place that supports everybody in the LGBTQ plus community. Okay, thank you. Yes, yes. So we're gonna find you a man who acts straight. You want a straight acting man. You don't want a man who's feminine, right? Yeah, nah. You want a masculine presenting man.
I definitely don't want a feminine man.
Okay, we got clarity. Okay, it took us a while to get there, but we are here. All right, what's your zodiac sign again? Aries. Aries. And sexually, who is doing the bending, Porsha? Are you doing the bending, or is he doing the bending? I'm doing the bending.
Oh,
You're
wow.
doing the bending. Yeah. Okay. So you want to penetrate him? Oh no.
I never said that question.
Penetrate me. Okay, so he's doing the bending. You get bent over.
Gosh,
right?
I'm getting graphic.
Yeah, I get that. Yes. Okay, I guess. Listen, clarity is our friend. Okay, so you more bottom. Okay. Yeah, I'm bottom. Okay. And what type of work do you do? I'm first of all, I'm retired. Okay. And then I do event planning. Event planning, okay. And I'm also a musician. A musician? Yeah. Tonight is Creative Arts Night. What do you play? Yes, I love this. What do you play? I play the guitar and I play the bass. Oh my goodness. Okay, guitar and the bass. Okay. What type of music? Rock music. Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, do you play at with a band, or do different places in New York? I really haven't done much since 2005. So that's a wow. That's a wow. Okay. Yes, yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. What's your ethnicity? I'm black. Okay. People are asking in the comment section. Okay. All right. What's your Instagram handle, Porsha? Porsha Williams, 2022. 2022. Okay. Yeah. So Porsha Williams from Real Housewives of Atlanta. No. No, you were the first Porsha before. You might be older than her. I don't know how old Porsha is. I don't know. But you might be a year older than her. Yeah.
I'm more than a year older than her.
Okay. All right, y'all. This is Porsha. She lives in New York. She is 45. She is 6'1", 185 pounds. She is of the trans experience. She's an Aries, team bottom. She's an event planner. She's retired. She also is a musician, guitar, and bass player. I know y'all got questions for Porsha. I definitely want somebody to come on to wave and come ask her a dating question. So you want to come ask her a question, wave in the comment section. I'll bring you on. If not, put your questions in the question function. Okay? Yes, they're saying you are the original Porsha. She stole your look, okay? She stole your. She's been reading your books and stealing your looks. All right? Yes. Okay. What type of guy you want? Describe the type of guy you're looking for. What type of guy I want? I want a black guy. Because I love my black king, so. Okay. Yeah, so I want to support them. And what other things are you talking about? Like his personality. Describe his personality, his interests. I want to get some substance from you, Porsha. Describe the black king you want to go on a date with. I want him to be easygoing, masculine, intelligent, emotionally intelligent too. Okay. What's the longest date you've been on? Or longest relationship you had? I'm sorry. 3 years. 3 years. Okay. Okay. So 3 years. That's really good. Why do you feel like you're single?
Because that's a hard question. Guys want, I mean, the guys I'm typically attract usually want one thing, and that's sex.
Uh-huh. Oh, so when you interact with guys, all they want to do is have sex. They don't want to do anything more.
I mean, yeah, basically.
Well, why do you think that is?
Because, you know, most of them are like on the down low and, you know, straight guys who have who are married and who have kids and, you know, so they can never give me what I'm really looking for.
Listen, I hear you. I feel like if you put your energy into guys who are married, who are still in the closet, you will continuously get your heart broken, because that's all they want to do is have sex with you in secret, but never take you out in public on dates. So I know it might feel lonely for a while, but I wouldn't give any of them any energy whatsoever so that you have time to date guys who want to take you on dates.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm hoping to look for.
Okay. So there's some, listen, there's some guys who are watching.
And that was some good advice, don't you think?
Oh, by all means. I mean, I think you said in a previous conversation about how these apps have ruined a lot of dating and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, that's 9 times out of 10 that I don't want to say that ship has sailed. I'm talking about my own self. But when I meet people, it's a lot of times on these apps. And of course, they'll have in their profile, oh, I'm looking for friendship, a relationship, networking, dates. No, you're not. You're just looking for one thing. You are.
Yeah.
Just put one-on-one, no strings attached sex. That's what you're looking for. I respect the people who say that more. You know, especially, you know, because you'll see people, put pictures of their asses on their profile, and they'll say, just because I put my ass on my profile, I'm more than that. Well, evidently you're not, because you're already putting it out there. You're already gonna get
right.
you're already gonna get an audience for that. So if you were trying to really have, meet somebody on a deeper level, it's not that you can't, because don't get me wrong, I've met some nice people on those apps. I'm like, oh, these are decent people. But at the end of the day, you know what they're looking for. That's what it is. It is. I don't know. I tell a lot of friends that are in relationships or married. I'm like, be happy you have something, because out here in these single streets it's hard. Yes, it is very rough.
Okay.
We're gonna make this happen for you. Okay, let's see. Now, does he have to live in New York, or are you open to other places?
I mean, he could live somewhere in the tri-state area, maybe DC, Philly, um, I mean, and Chicago too.
Okay. Now, would you date a trans man?
I would, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would.
Someone like 5 people keep asking me to ask this question. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to. Are you under any type of substance right now? No. Okay. They want to get a little look. I'm gonna recite this. Very even kill, just chill, just zen. Okay.
Wow.
I drink a little bit, but it's socially.
Social. Okay. What's an age range you'll date, Porsha? Like, what's the youngest? What's the oldest?
Like 30 to 50.
30 to 50. Okay, because you're 45. What about like body type? What do you like?
I mean, I like someone muscular or like fit.
Okay, fit, muscular. Okay. What about race? What do you? Oh, you want black kings? That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. Okay. Now, are you into monogamy, open relationships, agreements, poly? What you like?
Monogamy.
Monogamy. Okay. All right, y'all got questions for Porsha, the original Porsha? Put the questions there, or go ahead and Wave. You want to come on and ask her a question? Let's see. Um, um, that was for the last person. Everyone keeps asking, "What is your ethnicity?" She says she's black.
Yeah, black.
do people always maybe question what your ethnicity is?
I mean, sometimes I used to get people who used to think I was Spanish. I mean, sometimes I had Spanish people come up to me and say, speak to me in Spanish. I'm like, I'm not Spanish.
Like, I don't know what you're saying. Okay, she is black. Okay. What else? What questions I got? Okay, so if you were going on a date with a guy and you had to plan the date, what type of date would you plan for the guy?
I would plan a romantic picnic in the park, with 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 a spread and then candles, just for very romantic.
Okay, we love a nice picnic. I think picnics in the park are so romantic, and now it's like springtime. This is the perfect time to do a picnic park. Okay. Yeah, they're saying you're giving Boricua, Dominican, all this in the comment section. Oh my goodness. Listen, people, she says she is black. She's black. Okay. All right, let me see if there's any more questions. Let's see. Oh, they said if you were in a relationship with a guy, would you be open to topping him if he wanted you to?
No. It's off the table.
You wouldn't peg him? What if he just wanted you to peg him?
I mean, what do you mean by pegging?
Like get a dildo and just like...
I mean, yeah, I would do that.
Yeah.
But I would definitely do that.
So you would peg him with the dildo, but you're not using your body parts to do it.
Yeah, I'm not using my body.
You're like, no. Okay. I don't know why y'all ask these crazy questions, people.
They have some crazy questions.
Well, I see.
Oh, what are your deal breakers? Like, what are your red flags? Like, you will absolutely not date somebody who...
I will absolutely not date anyone on crystal meth or other drugs or substances. I don't know.
No substances. No. Okay. That was another question. It's a spicy question. Okay. Would you eat your man's cakes?
Definitely.
Definitely. It's like it's a definitely. Okay. All right. So, Porsha, we gotta see what you look like from head to toe.
You look like you're getting some takers.
Back the camera up without cutting off, and then turn around. Okay. Okay, you all. This is Porsha. Give us a little spin. Porsha lives in New York. She is 45, 6'1", 185 pounds. She is trans. She's also an Aries, team bottom. She's not topping nobody. She might peg them. She might eat the cakes, but she ain't topping them. She's a guitar player. She also plays the bass. Marriage and children. Open to marriage but no children. Prefers that you live in New York but will date in other cities. Will date between 30 and 50. Likes fit, muscular, toned guys. Prefers black guys. Is into monogamy. And I want y'all to listen very closely. She does not want to be in a relationship with a DL man, but she will smash a DL man. There's a difference. There's a difference, okay? She wants a masculine presenting straight, bisexual, or gay man to be in a relationship with. Am I right? You're correct. Okay. Tell them your Instagram handle one more time. Porsha Williams 2022. Okay. Listen, thanks for coming on the show. Was this experience similar, different, better, worse than the other dating show that you went on? It was much better, because you're part of the LGBT community, whereas, she was reading me and trying to find different things to trip me up on. And I felt yes, you were very, direct about your questions, and I appreciated you. Yeah. Listen, we want you to find love, and we get the nuances of our community, and we don't hate on people who are a little different. 'Cause we're all a little different, right? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Listen, Porsha, I'm happy you came on tonight. Go ahead and enjoy your evening. If you go on some dates, go ahead and give us an update next time, okay? Okay. All right. See you, Porsha. Bye. Okay, bye. I like Porsha. Okay. She kept it real. She said, I'm down to smash the trade, the DL, but I want to find love. Y'all be smashing the DL trade too. Yes, y'all be. Y'all. Come on. Y'all know y'all be smashing the trade. Y'all be smashing these women's husband. She ain't the only one. She's not the only one. Y'all, am I lying? Tell me, am I lying? Am I lying? Huh? And look, here y'all go in the comment section and do. If you have, y'all want to do a, raise your hand if you didn't smash a woman's husband in the comment section. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Tell the truth. Shame the devil. Huh? Y'all didn't mess with the DL. Y'all didn't mess with the trade before. We're not gonna throw Porsha. Thank you. Y'all raising your hands. Look, y'all not gonna throw Porsha under the bus, okay? Y'all not gonna throw her under the bus, right? Because y'all didn't mess with somebody's. I'm sorry, not somebody. Let me be very specific. Y'all didn't mess with some woman's husband before. Yeah, they're raising their hands. Y'all raising their hands. Y'all looking at her like she's strange. It's the judgment for me. Y'all judge it. But y'all did it too. You're probably doing it right now. You probably got some woman's husband's number in your phone right now. Yep. I'm just saying. Y'all just smoke buddies? Y'all gym partners? Whatever. Whatever. Listen, we are done for the night. Yeah, but leave them women's husbands alone. They gonna come get y'all. Oh, all right. Okay. So what'd you think of that interview?
Well, this one was more, if you want to say, LGBT friendly. I'm not going to say Kendra's. I think her audience was probably mean. I don't want to say she was mean. She was just trying to come across, trying to understand.
I mean, I guess she was trying to come across understanding, but
Yeah, I mean, that's how I took her. For I don't want to say she, she was trying to come across mean, just even when asking you the question. Because, like I said, I mean, yes, the caption of that video is going to raise eyebrows
I
because
know.
it's that, but at the same time, you know, throughout the video, you guys were trying to, clarify more, but no, this video was more, friendly and stuff like that. You looked very pretty.
Oh, thank you.
And yeah, no, it was nice. I mean, I just feel like, going on these shows, you know, I don't want to say, so you won't get read for filth. You know, I just feel like in you saying what you're looking for, to me, you're looking for a straight acting gay or bisexual male.
Yeah.
Yeah, because to me, when you start, I mean, even saying, like, because in the gay community, when people ask you what type of guy well, I want more of a straight acting, masculine, anything feminine. I mean, don't well, see again, you got gay guys that are masculine that like feminine gay guys, So I mean, it is what it is.
I
But
mean, I'm not opposed to being friends with any of them.
well, of course, a lot of people aren't. Yeah, I mean, it's like
You know,
again, like I said, my own self, I'm more attracted to those that are, more, let's just say in between. I don't mind if you're a little femme, but I mean, again, I don't want to condition somebody, but we all like what we like. And,
remember
I just rather
Timmy?
you, huh?
Remember Timmy?
Well, yeah. I mean, he was, okay, today, I probably wouldn't date Timmy.
You would
Okay?
not?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't date Timmy.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I wouldn't date Timmy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think the interview was really good,
Oh
and
yeah, no, it was fun. It was nice. He was very nice.
yeah, it was very nice. I don't think I'm gonna pursue any more dating shows.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing? Make a name for yourself on the dating show circuit.
I don't think I'm gonna pursue anymore.
Well, I mean,
I mean, I got a few responses.
well, for you, I was gonna ask, did you get any responses from people on this show?
Yeah, I got a few responses.
Okay. Now, were they in Atlanta or other states or any local people?
It didn't really go anywhere.
Oh, okay. See, I don't know. I used to think I would be able to do a long distance relationship. See, I feel like if I'm in a long distance relationship, we're in an open relationship.
You know?
Yeah, I mean that's just me.
Yeah,
I don't want to say everybody's a cheater, but I'm like I'm not there, so how do I really know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to our next topic.
Okay.
Let's look at his Neil deGrasse, and he's talking with Ben Shapiro
I know them both.
on his show about LGBT people.
Okay.
Let's take a look at it.
We live in a free country and with consenting adults and people free expression of who and what they are.
Man, at adult level, I agree with you. I think it doesn't matter what you teach
That's
children.
okay. And so there's the matrix of what you are biologically, how you express yourself, who you choose as a sexual partner. If we actually live in a free country, as we tell ourselves, people's freedom to behave in any of those ways should not concern you at all. Nor are they requiring that you behave that way. Okay?
Well,
this is for their own freedoms, because we live in a free country.
In today's video, Neil deGrasse Tyson absolutely destroys Ben Shapiro in a heated debate on LGBTQ. While Shapiro tried to force everything into a rigid binary, Tyson came through with the receipts, talking biology, psychology, and sociology, and the very real nuance behind identity and scientific understanding. It wasn't just about owning Shapiro, it was about showing why real conversations need more curiosity and less political posturing. This wasn't just a debate. It was Neil bringing science to a culture war and calmly reminding everyone that understanding human complexity isn't woke, it's just accurate. So let's dive in and watch how Neil deGrasse Tyson shuts down Ben Shapiro in this heated debate.
Now, what is unresolved here is, what do you do with sports? It's unresolved. And I follow that closely, and I don't see any meaningful solutions to come down off of that. We know that hormones manifest differently in different people, and there's the whole thing with steroids. Steroids are hormones, right? And we rallied against steroids in professional sports because it gives you an undue advantage. So, and I've tried to think of what the future of sports would be in the world of a gender spectrum, and it may.
And the whole thing on sports is, I mean, there's 1% of the population who are trans, so there's a small percentage of trans athletes. So I don't think they should be barred from sports.
No, and I hear you on that. I mean, I always bring up her name, because she said this a lot on her podcast, Flame Monroe, where she says, about creating like a special Olympics for trans athletes. I mean,
there's only like maybe 1 or 2 people in the whole sport. How could they create?
No, and again,
for them.
no, and I hear you on that, because the argument would be, see, I don't want to just say ban trans people from from sports. And again, like you said, the percentages is what, 1%. I mean, I think I heard somebody, they gave the number. It's only 10 trans athletes.
Yeah.
I mean,
world.
I get that, but see, I guess the argument is always going to be from the biology standpoint, the way they were born. It's almost like saying somebody who's a trans female like yourself being in women's swimming. They're always going to take that, your physical makeup, like, oh, well, she has more, of an edge on me because, her physical makeup is really of a male.
And that, I don't agree that is any consequence. I don't agree that those are any consequence.
Yeah, but see, some will feel like you have an advantage.
I don't agree that that's any consequence.
Yeah, but do you think you should have an advantage over biological women? It's like, okay, they talked about, there was a person, that I forgot her name, but and I think it was in this, well, not this year's Olympics, but I forgot.
Leah Thomas, because all the Republicans talk about her.
Okay, yeah, and she
won in one competition.
Competition. No, but wasn't this person, was it swimming or whatever, where as a male she could never win, but when she transitioned to a female, she won. She was winning in swimming. I believe the sport was swimming.
No, she won one competition
in swimming.
And then
as a female.
Yeah, and then she did, I think it was maybe a 50 meter dash, and then the 200 meter dash she placed 6th in.
Okay, so then some women beat her. I mean, okay. I mean, I'm not. I mean, I don't. I mean, okay.
Let's continue the video first. And then...
Okay, no, because I mean, that's swimming. But okay, what about boxing?
I don't know.
See, that's what I don't. Go on, play the video.
Country.
In today's video, the conversation.
It's professional sports because it gives you an undue advantage. So, and I've tried to think of what the future of sports would be in the world of a gender spectrum. And it may be you don't specify whether it's a male or female sport. You just take measurements of what your hormonal balances are. And so you compete based on your This is thought I had.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where it's going to land.
The
But
WNBA won't be in business for very long if that's the case.
it would just be you'd have to find some way to compete people against each other if you still care that sports is an interesting activity.
I guess the area where it does come up in a non-sports area.
Yeah, tell me, I don't know.
So it would be, you talk in your book about the education of children and teaching children about science. And right
Yes.
now, children are being taught about the quote unquote gender spectrum, which is not scientifically based. That is a theory-based idea.
No, wait,
Meaning that-
hold on. People express themselves on a spectrum. So you learn that.
That's
I don't
that's a social
Yeah,
social
yeah.
point, not a scientific point.
It's
Meaning we express ourselves
Hold on.
based in different languages. Is that something you teach in science class, or is that something that you teach when you're teaching language?
So whether the fact that people want to express themselves on a spectrum, on a gender spectrum, whether that fact is something you want to put in a sociology class or in a science class, maybe that remains to be determined. But it is a real fact about real society.
Now, when Ben tried to reduce the entire LGBTQ conversation down to a binary framework and dismiss the gender spectrum as not specific, Tyson made the crucial point that how people express themselves is a real, observable fact about society, regardless of whether it fits nearly into a textbook definition of biology. Social reality matters too, especially in a free country where self-expression is part of the deal. Tyson didn't ignore the complexities either. He openly acknowledged that areas like sports are still navigating how to adapt in a world where gender identity is broader than just male and female. But he didn't fall into the trap of pretending that nuance equals invalidity. And let's not forget, the American Psychological Association, the World Health Organization, and virtually every major medical and scientific body recognizes gender as distinct from sex and existing along a spectrum.
And I would agree with that. I mean, gender is not the same as sexual identity. You know,
So
because
you mean? So you mean?
because
Go on.
people express their gender identity as how they feel and not how they're born. You know?
Well, isn't gender male and female?
No. Sexual identity is male female. There's only male or female. Gender
Okay.
identity is transgender,
Okay.
etc. Gay, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, so you can't. I agree with gender identity as a whole, because if we were to say if we were to say you're only male or female, then that would take away any gay person's rights. You understand what I'm saying? Or
But how? I mean, okay, I'm a male who is gay.
you identify as gay. That's your gender identity. That's your gender identity. You identify as gay.
Okay, so what you're saying is, besides, this is where I'm getting confused. I'm getting confused. Well, you're saying there's
Sexual identity, male or female.
yeah,
Gender-
but where
gender
does
identity-
So
Gender
where does
identity can be anything.
say that again?
LGBTQ. Gender identity can be LGBTQ, whatever, or plus.
Okay, no, and I get the whole gender, yeah, because again, let's not just add, yeah, I'm not gonna just say, oh, there's just two genders, male and female. You got people who are transgender, you know. But see, the thing, I mean, I guess with gay, I mean, well, see, gay is always reserved for male, even though they'll, it'll blur the lines with, females who are lesbian,
Well,
but
well, no. I mean, if they're saying,
well, no,
it,
I can't say I'm lesbian.
well, no. If if the government would say you can only be male or female, that and you can't be gay.
Well, I don't think the government. See, I don't think The government knows that homosexuals exist. They know that. Oh, and they know that heterosexuals exist.
But
I don't want to say
they would
that.
they would the the government would love to exterminate the LGBTQ.
Well, again, I mean, well, I'm not going to say I disagree with you there. I mean, that's a little harsh, but I mean, I'll say certain countries, even though we our country is mean too. You know,
I
I
mean,
I want to say it's half and half because you got people who really don't care. You know, but
but
I I just feel like, just like I said, in recent years, again, trans people have been here forever, but in recent years, people, they feel they're either being gaslit or, you know, they feel like society's trying to condition them to, believe that there's no such thing as transgender. And to me, that there is a such thing.
yeah,
And I just feel that, yeah, see, again, I mean, like when you say like gender isn't a male or a female a gender.
no, male or female is a sexual identity, not a gender. Gender is how you feel. So if you feel like
So if
you're,
I feel like a goat, I'm a goat.
I mean, yeah, if you feel that way.
But see, again, now see, me just saying that right there, people are gonna say, see, that's where they're gonna be like, see, that's where the problem lies. People don't. I hear what you're saying, but see, people want to.
Because people confuse sexual identity and gender identity. They think they're both the same.
Okay, no, but this is where people get upset in society because they want you to, and I'm not saying you, but they want some acknowledgement that yes, male and female do exist.
I mean, male and female, of course they exist.
And yes, and no, but exist. Okay, okay. When they ask you on a piece of paper gender, you're either putting male or female.
What do you mean gender?
Well, I mean, no. Will you go like, okay, when they ask you like, what's the gender? Okay, if a baby's born,
When a baby's born,
yes, they're
they,
gonna put
they're, of
male or
course,
female.
they're of
Based,
course going to be male, female.
yeah,
But
they're gonna put gender.
when you ask people their gender identity at a later age,
Oh, you at a later age? Yeah, no. Do you have the right to say that you feel you were born, even though you were born a male, but you feel like I'm clear? Yes, I'm not gonna disagree with you there. I'm not.
yeah, I mean,
But again, I've had people tell me you choose to be gay. Where I believe you are born gay. I just knowing how gay people are treated in society, why would you choose that?
Yeah.
And I'm not making it seem like, oh, it's bad to be gay, but but why would you choose to be something that people demonize, and stuff like? That's why I always say every gay person has their own, I'm gonna say, come to Jesus moment where they accept this is who I am.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know.
Let,
I'm not.
let's continue with the
Yeah,
video.
yeah. Let's continue. I'm not trying to discount it.
Some fringe theory, it's the conscious of experts who've actually studied human development.
Well, of course, nobody's denying that people identify how they want to identify.
So
The question is, what is the relationship of that to biology? Meaning that
what-
the argument is made that trans women are women, for example. And what that seems to mean is that trans women are identical to women. Now, if people want to say trans women are not biological women, obviously that is the case. But people don't seem to want to say that, although that is obviously scientifically true. Trans women are not biological women. Biological women are biological women.
But where are you going with this? What are you trying to accomplish by asking yourself, is it science or is it not science? It's people in society.
But this is a perfect example of an area where suddenly it doesn't matter to say things that are just true. Like, why is it bad or wrong?
I have another way to approach this. I care what is objectively true in the world as a scientist. But let me not say even as a scientist. I just simply care what is objectively true. And science happens to be a pretty potent path to invoke, to find out what is true. And so if people express themselves on a gender spectrum, and that is an actual thing in an actual society, if we have not fully explained that scientifically, that's an interesting frontier to study. If you want to say it's only sociological, then it's the purview of the social sciences. I don't care who studies it. It's an interesting fact about society that's worth learning about. To fight someone and say it's not biological, it's just your this, and it's real and it's there. Well, because it's real because it manifests.
But it is real because it manifests. But the question of how to classify manifestation is a scientific question, meaning that, for example, there was a woman over at Brown University. She came out with a study that suggested that there was a phenomenon called rapid onset gender dysphoria, in which a member of a particular group would suffer from gender dysphoria, and this person's immediate peer group would suddenly have an onset of gender dysphoria. This paper was so controversial that Brown tried to pull it, and then was forced to reassign it later. You see this sort of
That's a
treatment
different question. What you're asking now is, are there some topics that should not be studied scientifically?
Right.
And is there some taboo? And Sam Harris speaks a lot about this.
Yes.
And I think the concern is, if you study some topic that's a hot button topic and you bring scientific methods and tools to it, we don't trust. I'm interpreting here. I think we as a society don't trust that people in charge in a free country won't try to legislate something that will constrict people's freedoms in the face of that information. I think that's the fear.
Now, Ben, like always, tried to distill gender down to nothing more than chromosomes. Biological women are biological women, which sure, on a narrow biological level is true, but Neil was making a much broader and more relevant point. People exist and express themselves in ways that don't always line up with that binary, and that's a real part of society. Whether science fully explains it yet or not, it's observable and worthy of exploration, not denial. Tyson's position that it's not about denying biology, but expanding our understanding of how biology, identity, and society intersect is the most honest and curious one. And he's right. If something is happening in the world, whether it's gender identity or social trends, it's not anti-science to us.
Okay. Okay. So, what did you think of the video so far?
I mean, it is a complex conversation.
And
And again, that,
you see what he said there, what Neil Tyson said there. If you use someone to litigate the
will legislate. Yeah, no, you
legislate.
shouldn't because see somebody like a Ben Shapiro, he doesn't like, let's just say the trans or the LGBT community. So it's almost like these people on the right want laws in place. And see, that's the problem right there. You should not want any laws in place that restrict. Yeah, if we're this country that's supposed to be, free expression, we're a free country, then you shouldn't want laws that discriminate another group of people, regardless if you disagree with them.
I mean, I agree with that. I
Yeah,
mean,
no, I do. I mean, you shouldn't want that. But you got people on the right. I mean, and it's usually them, and stuff like that who always, how did Wanda Sykes say it? Or if you don't want, gay marriage to affect you, don't marry nobody gay.
yeah. I mean,
And that's the same thing with the trans community. It's just like it's not affecting you, and you should not try to, want things to be put into law that discriminates a group of people.
I agree on that.
Yeah.
I mean, gender identity is fluid, and I think people should not discriminate against other people's gender identity.
Not at all. Yeah, I agree.
If you want to identify as gay, if I want to identify as trans, or whoever wants to identify as what, they should be able to identify as that.
Yeah, but okay. Playing what do they say? Devil's advocate. Can I identify as straight and I sleep with gay men?
I mean, of course you can identify as straight.
But see, and I hear see this is where I always say, you know what? In society, as much as people don't like labels, we I always say we're going to label everything until the end of the earth. We
I
have to
mean,
call
of
a
course we are.
Yeah, we have to call a thing a thing. So again, I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, I think people would look at me as like I'm crazy if I say I'm straight and I sleep with um, gay men.
I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, it is, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just like, look, live and let live,
I
and
know.
let people be happy.
I mean, and that's what I was saying about the whole gender identity thing. You know,
Well, yeah. Well, see, to me, I mean, okay, let's like, like how some straight women they get, you know, or biological women, whatever. I mean, I'm just saying straight women. Straight women get mad, at let's say the trans community because they don't want you calling them cis. This is. I mean, again, I mean, I didn't hear about cis or cisgender this, until like a couple of years ago.
I mean, I heard about it, and I started labeling, um, women as cisgender, and sometimes they can get a little bit
Oh yeah, they
pissed off
can.
by that.
But see again, as much as you want to be acknowledged as
No, that is gunshots.
that was a gunshot.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
Oh wow. I thought that was a dog barking.
No, those were gunshots.
Oh wow! Because the way it sounded, it was like boom. It just sounded like a rub, rub, rub. Oh wow! Oh wow!
Wow. Wow.
There goes the neighborhood.
There goes the neighborhood. I know. So back to gender identity.
Yeah.
I mean, um, I liked how he was saying, um, you know, like Neil deGrasse is he's more open to gender identity than Ben Shapiro.
Oh,
Ben
of
Shapiro,
course. And I mean, you just even if you say the right wing, they're not. Oh gosh.
and I don't get it. He's a Jew, so how is anyone Jewish part of the conservative movement?
Well, so you got that across the board. I mean, you got look at some of these, you know, these black MAGA people.
I know.
So I mean, it is what it is.
And okay, so we're gonna look at this video on what younger gay men really think about older guys, and vice versa.
My name is Matt. I'm 27 years old. I'm 25 years old. I'm 27 years old, and I live in New York City. I'm 22 years old. Oh, do I really have to say my age? I'm 44 years old.
I'm 38.
I'm James. I'm 34.
I am 63 years old. When I was younger, I had no interest in older guys at all. And now that I feel like I am an older guy, I have a lot of interest in younger guys.
I find that a lot of guys my age are not interested in guys my age. Now, of course, the closet is open, and there's all kinds of options of people that you can meet at any given time.
Growing up, I had friends younger and older. I'm not sure that younger gay people growing up today necessarily have that, and I think that's a shame. People of our generation tend to think that any older gay guys that are interested in helping out are expecting something in return. The few times that older guys have approached me in a bar, I don't think those have ever actually turned into any friendships or anything.
I don't hit on young men because I really don't want to ever be perceived as a predator.
Younger guys just joke about seeing older guys all the time. I mean, we hear it all the time saying daddy.
I loathe to say the word daddy because I don't see myself as a daddy. I actually find the word nauseating.
There is a cult of the daddy, so there are a lot of young men who are interested in older men.
I was told that when I crossed into my 40s, I would be the object of a lot of interest from younger guys, and I just didn't believe it. It just didn't make any sense to me. If they weren't interested in me when I was their age, why would they possibly be interested in me when I was older than they are?
I'm talking to one of my older gay friends, and he was saying to me that he actually thinks this is a great time to be an older gay guy because there's this whole daddy culture now with a lot of daddies, and he said that actually didn't exist.
One thing that's great about millennials is that they love and experience. When they're down for something, they are tremendous people to be with.
I've been given plenty of offers just because of my looks and age to live life easy.
You're just going around thinking, I'm going to have to pay for dinner again. And I don't mind paying for dinner, but at some point you're like, well, I can't really build much with a person who can't ever pay for dinner. It's hard to date someone who's 15 years younger than you. You have nothing to talk about at the end of the day.
I would like that person to bring home for Christmas and Thanksgiving, and I would also like to bang twinks on the side.
I think that older gay men are generally surprised when they meet a younger gay man who proves himself to be someone of substance. For me, legitimately, age doesn't matter. I think it would be ridiculous to try and say, my ideal age is X, because how do you know it's about the person?
I think it's just based on attraction. The people who are most alive are people who now is the most interesting thing in their lives.
What the most important thing is just chemistry. You never know who you're going to fall in love with.
Okay, that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
So what did you think of it?
Well, as someone who's dated younger men,
I know.
and it's funny, I'm sure you hear about the controversy with Shannon Sharp
Oh,
dating,
yeah.
I mean, I just don't want to say, oh, well, as long as they're legal and stuff like that. All the points that these guys were making about, young guys. I mean, young guys today, I don't want to say all young guys, because see, I've never been that person to paint young people, saying, oh, all they want from you is your money, because they figure, oh, you're older, you're probably established, and you have, I can
Yeah.
ask you for stuff, and I'm not saying that's not true, but to the one guy who was saying, I don't mind paying for dinner, but it's almost like we really can't build anything, because you do feel used a lot of times, because it's like they're never, you know, um, they're never, like dishing out, any money. And then they figure, oh, because I'm giving you sex, oh, that's enough. I know, like, sometimes, like, when I go on dates, I'm like, I be paying for the dinner and the movie. I'm like, can you pay for the movie at least? It's the cheapest one. But I mean, but again, I don't want to say it just comes with the territory. I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
I mean, I get it. Younger guys are good for one thing.
and that's sad to say it like that. I mean, I feel like any guy that's older, like, I always question, like, I mean, when I hear the term daddy issues, because it always mind boggles me how young men are into older guys. But then you got young people that aren't into older guys. They're like, oh no, you're like my dad and mom's age,
Hmm.
and stuff. And I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I guess it's what you like and stuff like that. I mean,
I guess.
but yeah, I mean, because again, I'm not looking at all young people as, oh, they're users or whatever. Like, I know people think young people don't know what they want and stuff like that, but I've always been the one to say, all right, out of 100%, I'll give young people anywhere between those that don't know what they want. Probably 80% of them don't know what they want, but that other 20 or even 10%, they know what they want out of life. There's plenty of young people that got their heads on straight, but
Okay.
because there's plenty of people,
But how
you
many
know,
do you have to pay for?
you mean me?
Yeah, how many do you have to pay for it?
Oh, well, to me, I mean, it depends. It really depends. I
Okay.
mean,
So out of 10 people, how many people have you had to pay for?
oh, you're saying me? Just me in general.
You
Oh,
just
me in
you.
general? Oh yeah. Well, again, I haven't been on a date in a long, long time. So I mean, and because again, I feel like, no, I mean, just even getting to know somebody. I mean, with these damn apps, please, you know what it is with these damn apps. Um, but on a
Okay.
date, yeah, 9 times out of 10 with me, I'm always the one paying. When
Okay.
I've had somebody pay for me, I remember when somebody wanted to take me to the movies. I was like, oh yes, let's go. Cause I was like, oh my God, this is the first time somebody is like, I didn't have to pay.
Okay.
Then I got COVID after that.
It got you.
Yeah. But but yeah, I mean, I think that comes with the territory. If you're an older person dating a young guy, depending on the young guy, because I don't want to say all, you are going to be dishing out money. You are, you know,
Okay.
but again, it's yeah. When I saw that topic when you sent that, I said, oh, please, I already know the answer.
I know you did.
Yes, I was like, please, they want you to be their daddy.
Okay. So now we're gonna move to the next topic, about the gay guy who Nancy Mace had a conniption on. She speaks out. I was polite. She threw a tantrum. The gay man who got into a spat with Nancy Mace an Ultra store in Charleston, South Carolina on Saturday has reacted further to the encounter going viral. As we reported yesterday, Mace was shopping for a face wash when a constituent approached her and politely asked her when she might be holding her next town hall. The MAGA lawmaker had faced criticism for avoiding hostile questioning at public events. Mason, the man later identified as local resident Eli Murray, got into it a to and fro. Mace said she had plenty of town hall events last year. Murray Quick, who purposely stood several feet away from Mace, replied that he was asking about this year. Mace told him he was acting like an absolute fucking crazy, adding, "Get out of my face, fuck you." Murray Quick began to walk away, but Mace assumed him to be gay, told him she had voted for same-sex marriage. Murray Quick said that he was concerned about other issues besides his marriage. He told her that she'll be voted out and is a disgrace to the state. Mace was quick to post her self-recording video of the incident to X. Some unhinged lunatic man wearing Daisy Dukes at a makeup store on my face today. Dems are nuts, so I went off, and I will not be backing down. Online, Murray Quick respectfully stood at a distance and asked Mace about town hall events. The anti-trans lawmaker was the one who resorted to cursing. He also created an account on X to respond to Mace directly. I asked for a town hall. He threw a tantrum in the Ulta, he said. If my Daisy Dukes riled you that much, maybe public office just isn't in your size. Still waiting for my town hall invite.
Is there a video?
Yeah, there's a video of it. Let's see if I can play the video.
I do them every year. You want to keep going? Do you want to keep going and keep harassing me? You could have gone to a dozen town halls last year. Yeah. I've already done one. I'll do plenty more. You're always invited. And by the way, I voted for gay marriage twice. So I'm just saying, it has everything to do with you. You think everything about me has to do with gay marriage? I do, absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. If you want to get in my face about town halls, you should have shown up to one last year. Yeah. Because you're getting in my face about a town hall. You could have gone last year. Would you like me? Any plans to have more town halls here? I have town halls every year. I have over a dozen every year. Great. That was my entire question. Yeah. You could have come to any of them last year. I had over a dozen. Where were you the year before that? Or the year before that? Oh, because you know what? Because you people on the left are crazy. You're absolutely fucking crazy. You are. And get out of my face. Goodbye. Fuck you. You're gonna fuck me? You're gonna be voted out so fast this year? I'm not. I won by so much. You're a disgrace to the state. That's what you are. You're a disgrace. I ask you a simple question and you just go on this tirade and say fuck you. Yeah, fuck you. Disgusting. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Try it again. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Yep, I sure did. Absolutely. Get the fuck out of my face. Now. Fuck you. You couldn't take me on, baby. Stay the fuck away from me.
I can't stand that woman.
I know. She's absolutely disgusting.
If another, and again, I'm not condoning violence, but if another woman put her hands on her, I wouldn't be mad. Because again, bringing it up, I voted for gay marriage. Okay, so you voted for gay marriage. He was asking you a question about when you having any more town halls. The reason why you conservatives are not having town halls in the era of Trump's second term is because the citizens are cussing you out because they don't like what he's doing, and y'all don't want to have the answer to that. Yeah, you had him last year. Okay, yeah. Who was the president? Biden.
Yeah, funny how she plays the victim card
Yeah. Oh,
after
she always plays the
voting for
victim.
protections for queer people, but he's the rude one for asking a question.
He was and see again, she clearly knew he was gay. So, it's just, trying to make light of that. And they always want to, oh my God, it makes me sick even, like with these Republicans. That's why I think Dems need to be just as mean and nasty the way they are.
Yeah,
Stop trying to play nice with everybody. Be rude to to I guess conservative or Republican voters, because look how it's almost like Democrats got to play nice and all that other stuff. He was clearly, asking her a question, but she felt like it was an attack or like a gotcha, like or something like that. Like, why aren't you having, any more meetings?
I know, because she doesn't want to do any more meetings because she's going to get
Because they don't want to be held accountable. They don't. They don't want to be held accountable at what Donald Trump's doing, and stuff like that. I mean, that's why I say, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but if the Democrats win, I'm sorry. I'm saying it. I don't want no bipartisanship. I know people always want to say, oh, well, we want them to work together. No, I don't want them working together. I don't want them working together.
Yeah,
I don't want them working together.
I
Because
don't want them working together either.
because you only got two choices. You only got two choices. Like when you ask people, and just a person that looks like me. When I think of the Republican Party, everything they want to do hurts people that look like me.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so it's like I don't want y'all working with them. If y'all get the House and the Senate, I want y'all to ram everything in. It is because you clearly see what the Republicans are doing. They don't care. Oh, we don't need Democrats for nothing. Okay, if this is going, it's going to be a tit for tat going forward. That's what it is. If whoever's the next Democratic president, president, do the same executive order stuff that Trump is doing. See, Democrats have these things that they want to play by the rules. Oh, well, if they get in, they'll just change the executive order. So what? When you get back in, put them back on the books. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like whatever. That's what, because again, the Democrats always want to go through it. They always want to, and again, I think the way they want to go about it is fair. But you see how these Republicans are. I'm sorry, I don't want no bipartisanship. I wish people would stop acting like, oh, we're supposed to play fair. Oh, get out of town.
I think that Nancy Mace video was really disgusting, and she basically called the person gay, and she didn't even know his sexual orientation.
I mean,
Even though she could assume he's gay.
If I saw him in those shorts too, I would think he was anyway. I'm sorry. It's sad to say yes, they say you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but I'm saying sometimes you are right when you're judging.
Sometimes you're right when you're judging.
Well, yeah, okay. Clearly, if he came up to me, I would have known he was gay.
Okay.
And that's no slight against him. That's no slight against him. I'm just saying that, but her making a big deal of it. He was really just clearly just asking a question. But see, she took offense, especially knowing that he's, part of the LGBT and figure, oh, he's going to, like he's going to attack me with something. Yeah, I can't stand that woman. I can't stand her. I can't stand Lauren Boebert. I can't stand Marjorie Taylor Greene. I can't stand those women.
I can't either. Okay, so we're gonna get to our last video of the night. Our last um, conversation of the night, and then we're gonna take a look at the video.
Okay.
Okay, Bob the drag queen, Rose President Argina. Never trust a man who lies about his height. Bob the drag queen is amongst many who commented on the results of the latest physician's report on the orange man's health. The RuPaul's Drag Race winner took to Instagram and Threads with a video. I would never try to body shame anyone, Bob began. That's because they said they're trying to tell me that Donald Trump is 6'3" and 224 pounds.
Oh, go
Yeah.
on. Go on.
And he said, yo, I'm 6'2" and 234 pounds. And wearing a tank top, Bob raises his arms and turns around to show off his physique alongside a photo of Angina, looking significantly heftier. Bob, exasperated, repeals himself. You're trying to tell me, a person who has eyes that can see, that Donald Trump is 10 pounds lighter than me. If you lie about that, you lie about anything. Never trust a man who lies about his height.
I would never body shame someone. That being said, they're trying to tell me that Donald Trump is 6'3", 224 pounds. Y'all, I am 6'2", 234 pounds. You're trying to tell me, a person who has eyes and can see, and I have glasses too, that Donald Trump is 10 pounds lighter than me. This man, if you'll lie about that, you'll lie about anything. Never trust a man who lies about his height.
So I agree with him about that. Never trust a man who lies about his height.
Well, and his weight too. I mean, you can clearly see Donald Trump is a little oompa loompa.
He's like at least 280 pounds.
He probably is. He probably is. Look at that damn inner tube around him. Oh, fat motherfucker. I can't stand him. I cannot stand that man.
I
When
can't stand him either.
When he speaks, he makes me mad because I know it's some bullshit coming out
I
of his
mean,
mouth.
he's almost lying. You can't even tell his lies from. I don't think he ever tells the truth. Do you
He
think?
doesn't. You know he's lying, and then he never answers. Any questions. It's crazy. I was just before we went live. It was just I was watching the news, and it's just like his first 100 days. It's just like this guy lies about everything. He never likes to take blame for nothing.
I know.
I can't stand him. It is. I mean, oh my gosh. If I ever went to jail and he was my cellmate, I'd be like, please move me or I'm going to strangle this guy. It is when he speaks. He likes to try to come up like he knows so much. He doesn't. I've worked with people like that who try to act like they know stuff, and you don't know a damn thing.
He's a narcissist.
Oh, he is. Oh my gosh. I mean, always think he has the answers and all that other stuff. Oh, I can't stand that man. I can't. And then, it is. And just the people who voted for him, it's just like, I mean, y'all evidently just want to see the country, the system, torn apart. I mean, that's all I get from it. You want to see the country go down the tubes.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as people want to talk about, oh, Kamala would have been more of the same, I would have took more of the same. I'm sorry.
I would have took more of the same too.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, to me, as someone said in a podcast I listened to, we're going to be voting for the rest of our lives. Stop acting like you're going to vote and that's end of it. You're going to be voting and for the rest of your lives. And if somebody that's in office that you don't like, vote them out. You can't just think that you can vote and just, rid yourself of the voting process. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah. I mean, I know of several podcasters who I watch, and most of them are black men, and they've all voted for Trump.
Oh yeah, I listen to a couple. It's just like, they'll be saying stuff, in regards to black people that I agree with, but when they start talking politics, I already know you don't know about politics, or you just don't like, the Democrats. I mean, I always say, okay, as a black community, has the black community given their votes to the Democrats like a bunch of damn whores? Yes, we have. But we only got two choices: the Republicans or the Democrats. I mean, if you had to choose which side is going to fuck you most, it's the Republicans. So why would I vote for the Democrat? Now, if there's a Democrat in office that is doing stuff that you don't like, or, then vote them out. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
This is the process of this country. I mean, it is either you're going to be a part of the process or you're not going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. But to your point, yeah, I listen to a lot of oh my gosh. I'm just like, they want to blame the Democrats for every damn thing. And yes, the Democrats are not the best thing, since sliced bread. Yeah, they got a lot of issues, but the problem with the Democrat Party, and I don't even say the problem, it's, and even you saying the word fortunate, the Democrat Party is a big tent party. Let's just flat out and say it. The Republican Party, even though you have people of other races in it, it's a largely majority white party.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, again, people, why are you gonna make it about race? Because it is. All right, let's not act like America, is not about race. Yeah, so I don't know. It's like I had to unfollow a lot of people last year. I said I can't do it no more.
What do you think about Bernie and AOC running?
There's a couple of videos out there that I can tell the videos by the captions is that people. So you know what it is? People, it's okay for the country to go to the far right, but the country can never go to the far left. They never wanted to go to the far left. We always got to stay in the middle as Democrats. We never could go to the extreme where, giving people free health care, guaranteeing people, a livable wage. That's why I can't stand Bill Maher in recent years. I can't stand him because he wants everything in the center. We can never go to the far left, but it's fine to go to the far right. You see what these Republicans are doing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Bernie, AOC, I mean, what? They're talking about running, or that's what people are saying?
Let's talk about running.
He's talking about running. Look, I mean, well, I did say at the beginning of this video that I am an ageist. And I do not want, as much as I supported Bernie in 2016, but when he didn't get the vote, I was all in with Hillary. I'm like, all right, Hillary, I voted for Hillary. But Bernie, I'm like, look, I'm not saying somebody his age can.
What do you think if Bernie had run to displace Joe Biden?
To replace Joe Biden? Oh, instead of if there was a real primary?
No, on the 2020, what is it?
2024?
No, 2020 election.
Well, he didn't get the nomination. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of black people that don't like Bernie.
Okay. And they probably believe he's a socialist.
Yeah. And when people, but see, again, people don't, Like again, well, see again. Well, I'll tell people I am as well. I'm all for and again, it's not saying take from the rich. I'm like, what American life needs $500 billion? I mean, yeah, $500 billion like Elon Musk. What American life needs that? I'm not. Yeah, I will say in this life, make all the money you can. But I'm sure any of us, if Elon Musk gave everybody $1 million, do you know how everybody's life would change overnight? Now, again, people with money, it ain't gonna make a difference because they already got money. But I'm just saying, he would just the average everyday working American's life would change overnight. I'm not saying people don't want a lot, but I just feel like some of these people just want to live in excess, and they don't. They do not. They don't care. A lot of these rich people, they only care about them and what they have. Where they don't think they should be taxed and all that other stuff. No, I mean, I don't know, Bernie. I don't. It's not that I don't like his policies. It's just that they're gonna run on the age thing and all that. I mean,
Yeah.
I just feel like if somebody vote, I would want whoever's running. I want you to be at least in your late 50s
Yeah.
or early 50s. I mean, it's not saying that somebody can't be that age, but again, even like our Congress people, I think they need to, they need to start grooming, and that's probably a horrible word to say for them in their line of business, but they need to be grooming their successors. You should not want to be there forever.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, if you're doing right for your constituents, I guess that's why they're gonna continue to vote for you. But I mean, you got some Congress people in damn Congress, damn 30 years.
I mean, that's too excessive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I mean, to me, I feel there needs to be a what do you call a time frame? Like I think what the Senate is every 6 years. The House is every 2 years. So the House you can't run no more than up to like 20 years. And the Senate, because it's 6 years, I think you should not be able to run no more than what 4 terms.
I think 2 terms.
Oh, I mean, okay, but I'm just saying 4 terms because it's like I'm doing that thing where I think like how jobs where you're like invested like 20 years, where with the Senate it would really be 24 years, but still, I'm just saying there needs to be a limit where okay, 20, 24 years, that's it.
Yeah.
Let some new people get in there.
Yeah.
You know, but again, because again, y'all don't. I mean, again, I know people like to call them the do nothing Congress. I mean, all y'all do is argue.
Yeah.
Y'all are not doing the will of the people. I mean, y'all clearly know people need health care. People need, to make a livable wage. I mean, just even with some of the housing, just hearing, from family members who are recently going to sell their house and talk about getting an apartment. I mean, these apartments are costing more with a monthly mortgages.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Oh gosh, that's why I couldn't run. I would never run for office because I believe in assault.
Okay. So we reached our last topic.
Oh, this is the last one, or we have one more.
No, we reached our last topic.
Okay. Well, this is a fun conversation.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified about our future videos. And we'll talk next week. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.